To start off the project, you're going to need to write your first name and your class code. Please remember, if you are in Mrs. Gross' class, your class code is 1G. If you are in Mrs. Herden's class, your class code is 1H. And if you are in Mrs. Colliard's class, your class code is 1C. Starting with one of your two colors, you're going to do the pattern over, under, over, under, over, under. Your color pattern should be color white, color white, color white. The paper should be lining up on the left and right, and just like on the practices, your colored strip should also line up with the printed lines on the white paper, with the top of your colored strip being on the top and the bottom of your strip being on the bottom. Next, we have to glue this down so that the strip does not fall off when we hang our project up. You will be gluing dip dip just the tip. Spin the brush so it doesn't drip. Because this is a shape, we will put the glue on the outside with an X in the middle. You'll go ahead and you'll push and hold for 5 seconds, push and hold for 5 seconds. Rub around the edges to make sure nothing is coming up. The front of our strip has been glued down, so we're going to flip, push our strip up so it's lined up, and we are going to repeat the gluing process by folding the strip over. You'll go ahead and dip dip just the tip. You will add glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle. You'll push and hold for 5 seconds, move, push and hold for 5 seconds, rub around the outside edges. On your second strip, you are going to pick a second color that is not the same as before. And this time you will be doing an under over, under over, under over. So you will have white starting off, followed by your color, followed by white, followed by your color, followed by white, followed by your color. You should start getting a pattern that starts to resemble a checkerboard, so your colors should not be on top and below one another. Again, you are doing under over, under over, under over, and your color pattern should be white, the color of your paper, white, the color of your paper, white, and the color of your paper. We'll repeat the gluing process by dip dip just the tip, spin the brush so it doesn't drip. Add glue to the outside of your shape with an X in the middle. After you're done with the glue, you'll push the flap down, push and hold, push and hold. Rub around the outside edges to make sure that it does not pop off. After doing the front side, gently flip your paper over, move your strip upwards so that it is touching your first strip. You'll go ahead and fold the flap over. You'll again glue by dip dip just the tip, spin the brush so it doesn't drip, glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle, fold the flap over, push and hold, rub around the edges. For our third stripe, we are going back to the first color that we originally used, and we're back to the same pattern of over, under, over, under, over, under. So your color pattern should line up. We'll go ahead and glue our strip down. Remember, dip, dip, just the tip. Spin the brush so it doesn't drip. Apply glue around the outside edge, X in the middle. Push and hold the flap down for 5 seconds. Rub around the edges. We'll flip the paper over. We'll make sure that our strip is lined up. We'll fold over. We'll grab our glue. Dip, dip, just the tip. Spin the brush so it doesn't drip. Put glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle. Push the flap over. Push and hold for 5 seconds. Rub around the edges. For our final strip, we're back to the second color, and it should line up with our second color that we did earlier. And our pattern for color should be white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. If you're choosing a different color, remember that white needs to start, followed by your color. From top to bottom, it should go color, white, color, white. After your weave is correct, go ahead and fold the flap over. Dip, dip, just the tip. Spin the brush so it doesn't drip. Apply glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle. Push and hold to the count of 5. Rub around the edges. Flip your weaving over. Flip your flap over, grab your glue, dip, dip, just the tip, spin the brush so it doesn't drip, glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle, push the flap down, push and hold to the count of 5, rub around the outside edge.